Lost I'ma cock my nine and mother. I'ma cock my nine. I'ma cock my nine and mother. I'ma cock my nine.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Contest to Speed. We are here for round number 10 of the AM3 Championship here in the Autodrome Internazionale Enzo di Ferrari circuit for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, also known as Imola. This track is 4.9 kilometers or 3-mile circuit with 19 turns and one long DRS zone. It's one of the most iconic tracks in racing. Has some of the most iconic names for corners as well, with likes of Tamburello and Variante Villeneuve in Sector 1. We got Tosa and Puritella, Aquaminerale in Sector 2, and also Variante Alta and what are the two? Rivazza in Sector 3. This track is going to be really harsh on track limits tonight, I think, as well. A lot of drivers might invalidate their quali laps, as well as maybe a lot of track limit violations too today. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, with that, let's get started. I am Red Devil, and I'm joined by my co-commentator for tonight, Fragley. Hey, Fragley, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing good tonight. I'm excited to see how these drivers do in Imola. I think this track is a difficult track. Like you said, there's going to be a lot of track limits, and it's really going to come down to the drivers being able to keep it on track and get the cleanest lap possible. So I'm excited to see what we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, track limits is going to be a pain, I think. But yeah, we're out in qualifying here. What do you think pole time's going to be like? Let me actually start a prediction here, chat. Let's do like an over under, something like that. Let's get that going. Let's see here. We'll keep it on for, let's say 5 minutes should be good. To start the prediction. So, yep, it's on. So, yeah, and make sure to go ahead and place in your bets before time runs out. And yeah, let's get started. Let's see who's first on track. We'll have a Haas. Is that a Haas? I think it is,
Those
right?
look like a Haas age range.
Yep. We have 19 drivers, so we probably have one more coming in as well before the time runs out. So let's see if we can get a full lobby in. It's always nice to see, a full lobby. So hopefully we can get that by the end.
Yeah, it's always fun to see a full lobby of 20 racers, especially on a track like this. It's going to test, I feel like, all of these drivers stay clean and have the best race possible.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go forward, like I said, with Beige through a hot lap here in Imola, going into sector 1, the long DRS straight before going into turn 2, Tamburello. Very easy to go wide there, a lot of understeer. You gotta make sure not to take all those sausage curves, but yeah, he does okay. Going into Variante Wilhelm now, down to fourth gear, and very close to an invalidation, but not. Going into Tosa, drifts wide there, very wide, going into, or heading out of Tosa. Doesn't get the most optimal line there. Going into the fast left-hander of Pilatella. Goes down to fourth. Doesn't take a wide entry there. So might have not utilized a lot of the lap time. And goes wide. Has a spin. Unfortunately going into Variante Alta. So that's unfortunate. Let's see who else is this looks like it's Razzle. Variante Alta hasn't invalidated, so we'll see what he does going into Plaza. Very easy to unfly here as well. Does a good job. This is the apex. And once again, there's a good traction out of corner. Coming across the line now, opens up the DRS as well with a 16-1 provisional pole.
That's a pretty fast lap for Razzle, and then ASAP Loggy actually taking that provisional pole. Actually, we got a bunch of times coming in with the fastest at a 1:15.4 for M1K right now. So we're just seeing this track probably going to be heating up more and more. And it looks like we might be getting a rain race. So some of these drivers, this might be the fastest we see all week. And
Oh, that is interesting. Let's see. Go on board with Mr. Poe here. Invalidated his lap, unfortunately, so he'll be going at it again. We have a McLaren coming across the line. Entree to start a lap. Well, actually, let's go on board with Chu here. Going on through the final sector. Across the line now with a 16.7. Takes him up to P4. And like my co-commentator was saying, there's light rain at about 15 minutes time, so maybe these guys are looking to complete their quali laps much earlier than expected, which would be interesting.
Yeah, looks like we got a little bit of a range with that 115 to 117. And I feel like seeing Katya 117, seeing their previous races, definitely interesting to see how this qualifying will end up and see what the grid looks like.
Yeah, for sure. As I saw, Rainbow Demon got a 5-place grid penalty for collision with Sweens. Totally missed that. Not sure what happened between them, but we're going on board with BK here, coming across the line to set his provisional time of a 1:16.2 P4. M1K still the fastest man by a margin right now. Electric Entree 16.9. You got a Ferrari coming in with Jay. He's about to start his lap. Let's go with Sean Boy here, BK's teammate. Probably next across the line on his first flying lap. Coming across the second Vivazza corner. Opens up that DRS flap. Coming across the line. A 15.3 for Sean Boy. Pole position. That's an excellent lap. A provisional pole, beating M1K by just 400. And we're getting closer and closer to our prediction time.
Hey, what a lap right there for that. That was a very, very fast lap for Sean Boy with a 15.3. So impressive to see some of these drivers getting to the high 15s. Interested to see if we'll get any more drivers coming out of it. Definitely looks like some are struggling with this track. It's definitely a hard track to race.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go on board with Razzle and Katya here. Katya maybe using a little bit of a slipstream from the Kicksauber. The Kicksauber is a second and a half down at his time, so let's go on board with Katya to see what they do. It looks like it's a purple first sector with a lot of help from Razzle. Going on Variante Alta. That is it. Going into Variante Alta. 6/10 up on their time. So they're looking at somewhere in the 16s probably. Unless they get a really good insane final sector.
Yeah, that sector 2 is the sector to go through. Katya finally goes through the final sector, going into turn 18.
across the line now. Opens up that DRS with a 15.8. Not bad. I think that's P3.
It is P3. Pretty good lap right there. Definitely made up a little bit of time in that last sector. It's really hard to not go out while pushing, but great lap right there. See who else might be on a lap currently.
Okay, BK is on a lap. He is 4 tenths up on his time. Let's see where this will put him. Let's go on board. He has 15%, 17% of his points left. So a big chunk in this final straight. Coming across the line now. Set a 15.8, P4, provisional P4 for the Red Bull.
Very good one right there. I feel like keeping the traction out coming into that final corner and having a little bit of that ERS is super important.
Yeah.
And also watching the yellows in Sector 1. I think Rainbow Damon is having a bit of a trouble in the gravel at the moment.
Yeah, they already have a five-place grid penalty, so maybe not the best, but we're looking at the Haas of Page Rage here. About to come across the line with a 20-0, slowest time here, but still good enough for P14. Let's go on board with Speedy here for their first flying lap. Do you want to take us through there, Brett?
Yeah, so it looks like we've got Speedy coming into turn 9, coming into the top line. Let's see if he's able to sticks it to 6th gear, goes a little wide. We're going pretty fast to these corners. Tough little chicane right here as well. Getting up into it pretty well. Flying down the straight now, coming up into the final sector, it looks like. Very smooth to that little chicane and able to come out in the front speed, it looks like. Coming through the last couple of turns right here, coming into turn 18. Gonna go full throttle. He's gonna ride that corner all the way out. He's gonna be coming across the line with a 16.1, so gonna put him in P7, right in between with Jay and Sarazzle. So pretty decent lap from Speedy right there.
Seems like Rob's boy has left the session, so if you can please invite him, as Katya is coming across. No, not a flyer. They will go on board. Let's see who will. VSC Poland Hell. He's a second down on his time. Let's see if Tin Man the Rowdy is a surprising omission from setting a final lap here. He puts in his first lap with a 16.4. Okay. Thank you, Buddy. I don't know if this helps, but let me know if that helped, Buddy. All right, let's see here. Who else is next across the line? We got. Let's see if Sarazzle's on the lap. He is 2 tenths up on his time. As we wait to get Rob's boy back into the session. Sarazzle going through Piratella right now. Coming up into Variante Alta. Sorry, Aquamirale going into Variante Alta. Purple middle sector, at least what this game says. Going into the final straight, has very limited amount of ERS left. Let's see what his ERS battery level looks like. Yeah, he's on 7%, so not a lot for the final sector though. So he might be losing out on a bunch of time here, but coming across the line, it is going to be a 15.8 P3 for the Kick Sauber.
Good drive right there with the 15.8, putting it up with that time. Definitely seems like struggling in that last sector, kind of trying to keep it on track, which is so hard, but able to do it and get P3 right now. So decent lap by Sarazzle. Still a lot of time for other drivers to come and take that position.
What do we have here? ASAP Loggy with a 15.8 on those medium sets of tires. What in the damn hell? That if he can put on a set of softs, he'll probably be flying.
Yeah, that's such an interesting choice for the qualifying a medium. I have not seen that before, and a 15.8 is insane. So
Yeah, I would imagine you would save a set of those medium tires for the race, but well, ASAP Loggy probably has other things in mind as Tin Man Rowdy is now going through the middle sector. Let's see who has the fastest sectors. Fastest first sectors by BK, 14-1. And then second and third, his teammate is just flying down there. So probably difference in setups between the two Red Bull boys, but they're still fighting it close to the top, so we'll see how that goes. As Tin Man the Rowdy about to cross the line, 15-8, 5 tenths up, goes up into P7. Got BK starting the lap. We got Sean Boy starting the lap right behind, as Beige Rage has retired, unfortunately. So let's go out on board with. Let's see if there's anybody else who's about to cross. We'll go on board with Chew here, giving him some airtime. And then we'll look back into what BK and Sean Boy are doing. Sean Boy, can't see his first sector time, nor can I see BK's, but we'll come back to him. Chu is 5 tenths up on his time, so he'll be looking at the 16. Let's see what BK and Sean Boy can do here, going up into the middle sector. BK is 1 tenth down in the first. He is now. He's probably backed off here. Sean Boy is also not looking like he's going to improve. So we'll go back to Chu here. Coming across the line. It's going to be a 15-9. Takes him up to P8. What a lap from the Williams.
yeah, I feel like these times are definitely starting to get a little bit closer in those 15. So track is definitely looking like it's starting to get in a little bit better condition for some of these drivers. But you can definitely see those clouds coming in on the track. So
As Sean Boy goes
hopefully
P1.
some.
15-3. I'm so sorry to cut you off there. I thought Sean Boy wasn't improving, but it looks like he's giving a big toe to his teammate BK here, going into the second sector. Maybe that's what it is. First lap from BK was slow because he was giving a toe to Sean Boy, and now he's getting it all back. So this might be a good team game here to put the Red Bulls in 1 and 2.
Yeah, it might be very smart to get that toe on that front straight. It's a very long one, and to get one, and they played it off very well playing this back to back. So maybe this might be good teamwork by them, and maybe we could see a Red Bull 1-2.
As Katia is going through the first sector, a little bit down on their time. So we'll go back on board with BK here to see if he is able to improve going through the middle sector. And looks like he's not. So he's probably going to try another lap maybe and work together with Sean Boy again if possible. We'll go back on board with Katya as they're about to go through the second sector now, through Variante Alta. Only under a tenth improvement here for the V-Carb driver. So we'll see how that feels when they come across the line here. Can they grab that pole position? Going through Rivazza, opens up that DRS. Coming across the line, it's going to be a 15.6 P3 for the V-Carb, and that's probably the end for their qualifying. M1K coming across into going through Rivazza, 3 tenths up, so this could be provisional pole here for the Alpine. Coming across the line, 15.151 provisional pole M1K.
What a lap of 15-1. That is an impressive one. It's going to be tough for some of those drivers to come and compete for that. But it does look like we got some of those drivers being able to do it, so we'll see what's going to happen.
Let's see. Let's go on board with Razzle here. He's going through the second sector now. What 10th and a bit up on his time. Not probably enough to challenge M1K, but maybe go above Katja here to grab that P3 spot, or maybe even challenge Sean Boy, who's going back into the pits. Is Razzle coming across the line? No, just 64 milliseconds short of Katja, P4.
Yeah, it's so close. So a P4 for him, but we'll see what the rest of these drivers also can come in with, finishing up these laps around Imola right now with 30 seconds left in quali.
Let's go on board with ASAP Loggy. He looked electric on those medium set of tires, setting up a P5 lap time, or a lap time good enough for P5, I would say. So let's see if he can actually improve on that and go maybe P2 front row. He's 2 and a bit tenths up on his time. Looks like it is the fastest middle sector, maybe. Let's look at that. No, it goes to M1K, but maybe it updates once he goes once he crosses the line. So we'll go on board with ASAP, the Mercedes. About to cross the line now. What's it going to be for the Mercedes driver? Can he challenge for pole position? No, it is good enough for P3, 15.3. Speedy Bullet goes P4. Katya is going for another run. She is 2 and a bit tenths up. Razzle not so much improving. BK is probably the first to cross the line. So we'll go on board with him as Razzle only manages P6. BK goes back into the pit, so all eyes on Katya now to see if she can grab pole position. Paul and Hell coming across the line. 15.9 for Paul and Hell. Excellent lap from him. Let's go on board with Katya. Coming across the line here. Can it be pole? No, P2. Look at how close it is between all these drivers in qualifying.
It's so close between these margins for some of these drivers. And it looks like with Whit J going into the pits, that's probably going to be the end of our qualifying right there.
Whew, that was a really close one right there, right at the end. But it is the Alpine of M1K who is in pole position with the championship leader closely followed behind in P2. Sean Boy with an excellent lap in P3. ASAP Loggy looked like he could challenge for pole, but it's only good enough for the second row. Speedy in P5, Razzle in 6, BK in 7, Tin Man in 8, Paul and Hell in 9, and 2 rounding out the top 10 with J, McRib, Entree, Gustavo, McRib, and a few others which I could not see. So let's close out that prediction, shall we? So we can go another and so it's going to be 15 and after. Wow, complete prediction as we look at the results from qualifying once again. If you don't mind taking everybody through there.
Yeah, so we got the qualifying results with M1K in pole position, followed by Katya, third Sean Boy, ASAP Loggy in fourth, Speedy B in fifth, Srazzle 6, BK 7th, Tin Man the Rowdy 8th, ninth is Paul and Hell, 10th is Raichu, to follow out the points for us tonight. Yeah, this will be an interesting race to see how this first corner goes. It is pouring rain.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can get the prediction started. 50. Let's do. Oh, well, while I get the prediction started, what do you think is going to be the outcome of what sort of setup do you think? Do you think these guys set up for qualifying, or maybe somebody has predicted well for the race?
That's a good question. I feel like a lot of these drivers, I mean, even count myself in it, it's not the one to practice in the rain. So we'll see how this turns go. And we got 5 lights off, and we got the drivers going off in wet rain right now.
Wet race here. Good start for M1K, and as we, oh my God, the rain droplets and the pixels are so horrible. We got contact between Razzle and a Mercedes. Razzle's round, and a lot of different drivers here are struggling at the back. Both the Kicksaubers here at the back of the grid now. Wow, it's a chaotic start here. BK up to P3, and he is closing in, but yeah, some of the other drivers not so much. We got yellow flag, sector 1. Looks like it's Sweens and Chu there. A movement between Williams and Weekarp. They're down in 18 and 19, unfortunately. M1K has pulled out a 1-second gap to Katya in P2.
It looks like most of these gaps are kind of forming right now between all the drivers. I bet in this wet rain it is probably even hard to see what's going in front of you. So I could see a lot of these drivers just trying to make it through these corners, as we can see already that there's been quite a few, nothing to cause a safety car, but a few accidents that have put quite a few drivers to the bottom of the grid.
Yep. As let's take a look here. ASAP Loggy is looking to make up those positions back after probably a collision at the start with Surazzle. But yeah, he's down in P9 at the moment. Katya and top four going at it. Good gap between the top four actually. Tin Man is closely following Sean Boy. Tin Man up a few positions. Let's see the position changes actually. I'm assuming everybody's on the wet tires. Yep, and position changes. Up for BK, 3 up for Paul and Hell, 1 up for Tin Man, 4 up for Andre. Biggest losers are 2, and Razzle down 8, ASAP Loggy down 6 as well.
Yeah, very unfortunate for a lot of these drivers at the back of the grid, kind of taking a big loss, but huge gains for BK and taking advantage of the wet race and really just trying to build the pace and build that gap between each driver. As you can see, there's quite a bit of gaps I feel like forming between, but we still got a few drivers that are still all within a second of each other.
Yeah, behind Speedy, I think we have a big DRS train forming up. I mean, I know there's no DRS, but yeah, we got a big train here, I think. As we got Rob's boy is still not back in the session, so maybe he has some issues on his end, unfortunately. BK closing in on Katya here, slowly but surely, is catching up. M1K with the fastest lap, with a 139. He is flying at the moment. BK is closing in, but not by enough. Let's see what the weather looks like for the rest of this race. It's gonna dry up maybe in about 15-20 minutes time. It says light rain, but it's pouring down here in Imola right now.
Yeah, that light rain is causing for all these drivers to think it's going to be full wet, so hopefully might lighten up to be intermediate conditions, and then who knows, maybe we'll get somewhat of a dry track towards the end of the race, but from the looks of it, looks like we're just going to be sticking with full wets the rest of this race.
Yeah, for sure. As let's see, not many battles going on, but Speedy
like
and
Electric Once and ASAP Loggy are quite a battle right there.
I'm actually watching Tin Man and Speedy. They're going side by side, right behind, right ahead of Witjay and Entre. And they're going into Variante Alta, probably side by side. Let's see if Speedy can actually make up that position and go up into P5. Coming out of Variante Alta, gets a good exit, does the Alpine of Speedy. His teammates still up in the lead, but only very limited amount of ERS left on M1K. Although BK and Katya have a lot more deployment left, as Katya now sets the fastest lap of the race with a 38. Although she did use a lot of her ERS down that straight. Top three all within a second now of each other. As BK slowly dips out of it, but not too far behind. Speedy Bullet, Tin Man Rowdy, Paul and Hell, Witjay, Entre, all go in single file. ASAP Loggy as well.
Yeah, it's probably the best bet for the Speedy and Paul and Hell is just to kind of go behind, follow, maybe wait for a tiny mistake. But it's going to be hard to pass them in this rain, and especially through some of these corners. It's so tight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the track is probably walling a little bit, but not too much, I think. Not a bad start to this race, though. Everybody looks like, maybe a little bit of a kerfuffle at the start, but not too much, though. Like, everybody's doing pretty good, I think, at least for the most part.
Yeah, I don't think I saw anybody go into the pits or anything to repair for damage or wing damage or anything. So I know there was a little bit of contact, but I
Yep.
think that's just going to come with the tight course and the rain.
Yep, for sure. Well, let's go on board. M1K, BK now sets the fastest lap. I think it is getting quicker and quicker now. Let's go on board with BK. Let's see if he can make the move on Katya for that P2 spot. No. Sean Boy is going up well as well. Speedy Bullet now under pressure from Paul and Hell. He was applying the pressure to Tin Man a few laps ago. Now he's the one under pressure. ASAP Logi and Entree fighting it out. Let's see if everybody has their wings, because I did see some wings flying, or end plates flying at the start of the race. But looks like everybody's gone. Let's see how's Razzle. He has his end plates and everything as well. So maybe it was just a glitch in the game that I saw earlier in the race. But yeah, looks like everybody's doing well right now.
Actually, it does look like Rainbow Demon does have a front left wing missing. It does look like, unfortunately.
As Beige is now spinning around right here. Unfortunately for him, as yellow's brief yellow before going green again. Top three now, all close within a second. BK probably the closest challenger to Katya now. Can he finally make the move? He has a lot more deployment left in his arsenal. M1K BK sets the fastest lap of the race, so it is getting quicker and quicker as we move forward in this race. As BK goes around the outside and completes that move up into P2. Fantastic from the Red Bull driver. He's now going up against M1K for that P1 spot, as we see a couple of track limit penalties. 6 seconds now already.
Yeah, I think we're going to start to see a couple more of those. Interesting to see, though, with the first 6 laps. I mean, lots of drivers have kept it clean so far.
Yeah, for sure. We got good amount of battles going on. We got tiny pockets of groups, I think, which is good. I mean, you don't have a big train. People fighting for different positions in different parts of the track. So yeah, it's fantastic to see. As Surazzle and Mr. Bo come in contact with each other. Maybe no damage on both of these cars. Yep, looks like no damage. But Mr. Bo is able to keep that position.
It does. We do have a lot of tiny groups forming.
I'm sorry to cut you off there, but BK is now in the lead of the race. M1K is down into P4. What happened there? I did not catch that. Sorry, everybody, but the Red Bull is now leading the race, fastest lap with a 129.4.
Yeah, I am not sure what happened there, because those three were all within a second of each other. Now there's quite a big gap kind of forming between. BK's really taking advantage of whatever just happened.
As Paul and Hell goes into the pits, it looks like M1K does have a slight damage on his front left wing, so maybe he had a moment, maybe a brush against the wall, something like that. So not sure, but that puts BK at the head of the field in P1. And we have our first inter runner with Paul and Hell going on to those intermediate set of tires.
I feel like with the track getting faster, that might be a smart move. It does look like you can kind of see a racing line forming a little bit through this track, and that might be a great little try to undercut some of these drivers right now, if it is good enough condition for intermediate.
Yeah, for sure. There's BK still in the lead. We got Speedy Bullet still trying to hunt down the Ferrari of Tin Man. The Alpine driver closely following for all the 7 laps of this Grand Prix, but not able to make any progress, as Beige gets a 3-second time penalty. So we're up to 9 seconds already with the 8 laps to go, as Katya now sets the fastest lap with a 29.3. As Speedy Bullet, in an attempt to undercut Tin Man is into the pits for a set of intermediate tires. Let's see. Yep.
And we got a couple more following in right there.
We got Witjay and Entree in the pits as well for those intermediates. And looks like Katya has caught up to BK now. 4/10 the gap between P1 and P2. So not sure if BK made a mistake there or is Katya slowly starting to pick up the pace. But BK is in a lot of pressure right now for the lead of the race.
Definitely looks like he's saving a lot. Ooh's lost it a little bit in that
It
corner,
goes
but it did look
wide.
like he was.
He goes
Looks like
wide.
he's trying to save ERS right now. Able to keep that position though in P1.
Yep, he's, let's see here. Temperatures look okay. Rears at 19-20%. But what about Katya, though? She's always a tire whisperer, as Beige gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, as Katya and BK are at almost the same uh, wear on their tires. So let's see if Katya can make that move. Katya going over 312 miles per hour. BK slightly faster, maybe. Is able to hold on to that position. He has a lot more ERS under his belt. Top guys still not looking to change their tires.
Yeah, they're definitely fighting. I think that's going to be a big game of the ERS kind of between those two about that long straight. But it definitely is starting to look like possible intermediate tires. So it'll be interesting to see which one of these two are going to be the first to go in.
As Paul and Hell sets the fastest lap, I was just about to see what the last lap times were, and intermediates now definitely looking faster with Paul and Hell with a 28.6. Last lap from BK and Katya was at a 30 and a 29, so this is possibly the information that they need to go into the pits, as Katya has slowly backed off from BK here. As Page gets another 10-second penalty for track limits. So, not sure what Page is doing right here.
Definitely, it's a hard track in the wet, so definitely probably trying to get his foot in and trying to get it figured out. And
so, yep.
Page is retired from the session.
Yep, he deliberately went into the wall there, so we'll be looking at it. As BK has missed the safety car, so as Rob's boy, he's joined now.
Very unfortunate for these drivers, as you don't want that happening at all. So
Yep.
We'll see how this goes for some of the drivers coming into the pits and seeing how this safety car is going to change the race. I mean, I feel like everybody's got to move to the intermediate tire at this point. It does look like we've got, let's see the tires we've got on some of these drivers coming up right now. Yeah, we've got a lot of the grid moving to those intermediate tires right now, with the top two still on wets. Interested to see if they're possibly going to be putting in, deciding to pit to get those intermediates. And we've also got Mr. Boy, Gustavo, and Rob's boy still on those intermediates. So and as we see, BK is going to be going in and probably changing to those intermediates along with Sean Boy. So let's see, they'll probably be making it out in front of all the crew still too, so they should be good. But Red Bull is double stacking, which is a little unfortunate for Sean Boy, adding that bit of time to his pit stop, which is unfortunate, but hopefully shouldn't affect them too bad. See, BK can and will come out of in front of Katya with that pit stop, and Katya's going to be coming in to overtaking Sean Boy in that safety car. So a little bit of a switch up for those Red Bulls right there. Yep, and as we see, the whole grid, it looks like, is going to be going in and moving to that intermediate tire. So it does look like the track is going to be drying up a little bit. It still does look like it's raining. I wonder if at some point during this race, maybe towards the end, if there's going to be possible dries. If it does dry up quite a bit, but it does look like the rain is going to get a little bit lighter throughout this race, letting all these drivers go a little bit faster. So excited to see what this restart will bring to the race.
Sorry, I was on mute there. I did not realize that.
You're okay.
I was just about to say, we see Mr. Bo actually is the only one still on those wets.
And I think it was a fresh set of wets they just switched to, so they might have not changed it to that intermediate tire right away. I've definitely done that in races before, and just boxed right away and somehow didn't get my change in, so it might have been that, but it's definitely a little unfortunate because it is wet, intermediate weather right now.
Yep, for sure. It definitely is those intermediates that are going to perform the best. And somebody better tell Entree to not use your deployment under the safety car. Not sure why he's using his deployment there, but might want to turn it back down to none, Entree.
Yeah, it's tough to keep track of all that stuff when you're in a safety car and you're just kind of trying to take that little bit of a relaxation time of like, okay, I can just relax for a second before we get started back up.
Yep, we got one more lap, I think possibly the last lap under the safety car, unless as Rob's boy has left the session. Yep, I don't think he was able to take control of his car, unfortunately. But yeah, unless Rainbow Damon can somehow catch, I think she will be able to catch the front group, so we should be coming in by the end of this lap.
Hopefully either this or next lap we'll get it started. It's always fun to see a restart, so we'll see how these drivers can kind of take advantage of this and see where some of these come. But with the drier track coming, I do think that the speeds, it becomes a little bit tougher to handle some of those corners. So I wonder if we might see some of track warnings come into play a little bit more, as we've seen a couple of drivers get some track limit warnings, but not too many so far.
Let's see what the total amount of penalties is like. So, yep, I think Page got a 10-second for going off the track in the track limits. 10 plus 3, that's 13 right there. So we got 19, 22, 25 seconds already. So we're halfway there about where we want to be for that cost bets stuff. So we'll see how that goes for these drivers. As we can take a quick look as we're under the safety car here at the driver standings. If I can pull it up. I don't know why I can't pull it up. Oh, I know why. Never mind. Sorry, folks. Haven't probably said things yet, unfortunately. But yeah, we got 18 drivers left. One driver still on those intermediate tires. Interesting to see the tire age though here, Fragley, because out of the top guys here, we got Speedy Bullet, who's done 5 laps on those intermediates. Paul in Hell, who's done 6. Everyone around them has done 3. Andre has done 5 as well. And then you got the leaders, BK and Sean Boy, with only 2 laps on those intermediate tires.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think the fresher ones are. It's always nice to have those fresher tires,
Yep.
especially just kind of wasting them through a safety car, which is unfortunate.
Yep, for sure. As we got safety car in this lap, so let's go back into our regular scheduled viewing screens before we get started. Yeah, let's see some of the comments here. Sorry, I've been let Katya cook. Yeah, he is, but BK, don't know. Send clip in the general if you all want to send it. Yeah, thanks, there Pablo. BK's the rain master. Yeah, so yeah, we got some support for multiple drivers here. Some drivers supporting Katya, BK, Sean Boy. We got some support for a lot of different drivers. Good to see everybody in the chat here. As we are about to go green flag racing, and BK has started. So he, yep, he has got that. So Katya getting a good start as well. Up in P2, all over the back of BK though. BK sends her down to the outside, covers up the inside line, and keeps that lead in the race. M1K is able to make up that position on Sean Boy up into P3. Not a lot of action though. Looks like everybody's gone pretty smooth, so that's good to see. Not a lot of argy-bargy here. We'll focus back up to the top here before we head down. We got top 6, all within that DRS from BK to Speedy B right here. BK, whoa, getting really loose up and going through Curatella, going up into Aqua Morale. As Sean Boy goes really wide going through Aqua Morale right there, but still able to keep up that position. Top 2, top 3, all within 5/10 of each other. Sean Boy a little bit wayward, but still in the mix. Has a lot of ERS left. BK practically has nothing at this point, with only 25% left. Rainbow Demon and, sorry, somebody else picked up a 3-second time penalty as well. So we're up to 30 seconds, I think. I'm not sure.
I believe it was Sarazzle who picked up that other 3 seconds, so currently at 6 seconds for Sarazzle.
And we got we got Entree speeding in the pit lane. Not sure what happened to Entree right there. Let's go back up to him. Oh, Entree's going on a set of medium tires. Whoa. Wait, what?
I was gonna say.
What?
Maybe they think the track is gonna start drying up here soon, and that's gonna be his way of coming into it, maybe. But I'm still seeing drivers struggling on these intermediates.
Entree probably. Entree was going into the pits. Katya overtaking the lead of the race. So we got M1K right behind the top 2 now. And Sean Boy also. They've left Tin Man Rowdy for dry here a little bit. As we wait to see what Entree can do. Maybe he picked up a couple of tips from... Oh, as M1K gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, it's going to be unfortunate, and I feel like as these speeds pick up, we're going to see a little bit more come through, but these drivers got to try to keep this within the track limits, especially those top 4. That 3-second penalty is definitely going to hurt at the end of the day, so...
Yep. Yep, he's probably going to have to make the overtakes as soon as possible. BK has no ERS left, so maybe he can go and make a move here going into turn 2, but no, going into Tamburello. Nothing doing there. Oh, as M1K goes really loose. And we got Sarazzle and Mr. Bow into the pits as well. Maybe, I was just about to say, Potty, maybe he learned a thing or two from Formula Kai over at the AM1 race from Hungary, I'm not sure. But Entree is definitely, oh, as Mr. Bow goes on to the hards, Sarazzle on the mediums.
Yeah, I think some of this might be just the risk some of these drivers are willing to take, that like they think the rain is going to be stopping in the next few laps, and this might be their way of picking up a little speed and picking up some places. But I have not seen what this tire really looks like quite yet on this track.
Oh, as BK goes,
see-
sends it on Variante Alta and gets a 3-second time penalty for that move right there. As Katya tries to get the position back, going into Ravazza, but nothing doing there. So BK in the lead, ASAP Logi 3 seconds, but Katya is now your uh, likely winner with the only person without a time penalties. Katya has only
Yeah,
one
we'll just
warning
have
though, so yeah.
pretty
Sorry.
good. We'll have to just keep. She's got to keep it in the track for this. But yeah, great battle between those three, keeping it so close between everybody right now.
Yep, as Sean Boy had a moment, he's down into P8. Oh, I'm not sure why I'm missing a lot of these action tonight. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I worked for like 12 hours tonight, and yeah, was just able to make it to the stream. So I'm sorry if I'm a bit slow today in picking things up, but yeah. As we see, top
As
three.
I do see on the track.
Oh,
Oh,
I
sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just about to say top three are still looking good, but yeah, I think you were about to say the track is getting drier as BK goes
There's
loose.
no
And
more rain.
yeah, let's see what the last lap times are like. Andre is doing a 26.1, whereas the top guys are still doing in the 25s. DRS is finally enabled. Is anybody going to risk it for the biscuit and go into the pits for that fresh set of uh, dry tires? Maybe a set of hard tires to the end of the race. Anybody? Oh, top three all going into the pits. Top four, top five, top six, top seven, top eight, all into the pits. As soon as that DRS is
Yep,
enabled.
that's what I was thinking.
Yep. As we have a dry track now, let's see what it looks like. Yep, overcast conditions for the next 15 minutes. So, yep. Threat of rain going forward. Let's see where these guys come out in relation to Electric Entree. Who's the first one to go on those set of medium tires? Razzle as well. So we'll be interested to see what kind of positions these guys can make up. As Razzle sets the faster lap with a 22.2.
Yeah, that medium tire is definitely going to be the one to use. As Razzle looks like he's coming out into P8 right now, so looks pretty good for him. And it looks like Electric Entree is in P10, so that might have helped them a little bit coming up into getting those tires so early.
Oh, what do I see here? Paul and Hell, who just went into the pits, fits in a new set of intermediates. Oh, maybe he forgot to change something on his dash or in his MFD, or the game put him on those sets of intermediates. I'm not sure, but this is so unlucky for the McLaren. But that
that's so unfortunate.
Yep, sorry about that. But yeah, I was just gonna say that undercut worked really well for Razzle and Andre. They're up into P8 and P10.
Yeah, it was great for them actually right there. And with this dry track coming up, I mean, most of the track is on hards or on mediums, and we got a few on hard runner. So I'll be interested to see how these tires are going to be kind of looking on those final couple laps for these drivers, because I'm guessing they're going to want to just stay on the mediums for the rest of the race.
Yep. It looks like the top two are on those set of medium tires. Sorry, hard tires, and BK's on the mediums. All of the grid is on the mediums. Sweens is on a set of hards, I think. As you get more track limit penalties, VSC Paul and Hell going into the pits.
Yeah, and I did just see Razzle also overtake Two-Man right now. So lots of position changes happening within this grid.
Yep. Sweens loses a couple of positions. Not going to focus on him and these guys for much of the race. So let's take a look at these guys. McRib on set of medium tires. Sweens on hard. So he'll probably be looking to go to the end of the race. My question is, will the mediums make it to the end though? Like, they wear out a lot around this track as well. So I think C3s are the best racing tires. So I don't know, but the mediums are a question mark for me.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be pushing some of these tires. with the mediums, but if I was a driver out there, I wouldn't want to go back in the pits again. As we also see M1K with the fastest lap at a 127. Taken
Speedy.
by ASAP Bloggy, then Speedy Bullet at a 119.7. So track is dried up, and we've got the speed coming in.
Yes, BK and Katya have a good little exchange there for the lead of the race. Good battle. Let's see. Look at the replay there. A good overtake. BK trying to make a move around the outside. Both drivers giving each other plenty of room, but Katya coming out ahead. Good bit of skill and racecraft shown there by both the Red Bull family teams.
Yeah, not an easy corner to go side by side in. So these top three are definitely just keeping each other in check, all within 200ths of a second. As we also see BK going in. Ooh, it looked like he was getting close there to possibly doing an overtake. But holding back, probably waiting for that DRS to kick in to help with that overtake on Katya.
Let's see if, as Sean Boy picks up a 3-second more time penalty, again going through that infamous Varante Alta section. Unfortunate, but he's up into P8 after that mistake, unfortunately for the Red Bull. Let's see if he can make a move. That Speedy Bullet is now flying. Sets the fastest lap. Top two. Oh, Katya sends M1K out wide, and he picks up, goes into the gravel there a little bit. He's now out of that DRS, trying to get back in. Let's take a look at that quick replay there. We're trying to see what Sean Boy was going to do. I saw something at the corner of my eye and just switched this to the top leaders, and looks like, yeah, they had a moment going through side by in that corner. As M1K picks up another 3-second time penalty, so he's up to 6 seconds now.
Yeah, that's what I had a feeling with.
You know, as the track has gone, as BK also has 6 seconds now, as Katya picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. What I was going to say is, as the track is evolving and becoming faster and faster, these drivers are trying to push it, and which in turn is causing them to, you know, go overboard on those track limits, I think, as BK sets the fastest lap of the race with virtually no ERS left to his name right now, 1%. So he'll be vulnerable going into turn 1 or going into Town Morello. But yeah, he keeps that position as Mr. Bo gets another thing. Yeah, they're coming.
Yeah,
they're coming
with that. Yeah, they're all coming right now, and I think that's going to be the best thing for some of these drivers is that the penalties keep up with them. So if they got 3 seconds, they're just hoping the person behind has 3 seconds too. So
yep, as BK,
it's going to be the biggest thing about keeping it close.
Yep, as BK and M1K are going to be praying now that Katya gets another 3 seconds, because then it would be, you know, battle for the lead. There's still 10 laps to go. If these drivers can keep it clean and Katya can get that 6 seconds, then everything is in play. For Katya, like, it's all about, you know, just staying behind maybe. If they don't want to risk it till the last lap maybe, just staying patient, keep that DRS, and, you know, try and get that position back. But as we see Sector 3 yellows, a virtual safety car, I think it's Rainbow Demon going out wide through Ravazza. And let's see if any of these drivers go into the pits. No, top 3 stay out. Everybody looks like they're staying out. Let's see if Entree, who's the earliest to pit, will he stay out? Now he's fallen back a little bit. He decides to go into the pits. McRib also.
Tough call with a virtual safety car and a 10-second speeding penalty with speeding in the pits for McRib.
Yeah, those are not going to count for the track limits, so we're going to only count penalties for the bets for only the track limit warnings and penalties. So as DRS is enabled, we're off, ladies and gentlemen, as we see. Let's count the number of penalties, shall we? We got 24, 27, 30, 36, 39, 48, I think, plus 13 from Beige. So we're well over our prediction at this point, I think. As the bottom, as you can see, the bottom of your leaderboard there, McRib, Andre, and Rainbow Demon going on to the soft set of tires. As Tin Man now picks up a 3 second.
Yeah, we got a lot of close kind of battles, a lot of with some of these drivers right now. Kind of in the midfield as well. I'm looking at Witche fighting Swings right now, and he is right up on the V-Carbs diffuser. So very good battle right there. As we also see in P1 and P2 and P3, we got a great battle between those three.
As we see Sean Boy making the move on Tin Man. We saw one Ferrari losing the position. We see one Ferrari gaining the position now, with Jay up into P10, making the move on Swings. Top three still running together. Let's see if they picked up any more track limit warnings. BK's now up to 8. M1K 7. Katya still in that comfortable 3 warnings, so she still has a lot of room before the end of this race. BK has and M1K have to try and induce that mistake from Katya at this point. Speedy Bullet, if he can catch up to these guys right here, he could be on a he could get a chance to win this race because he doesn't have any penalties against his name. Looks like he doesn't have any warnings too, as Katya sets the fastest lap. So Speedy here might be the one to claim that surprise victory tonight.
Yeah, keeping it on track, and that's a very impressive feat to do, to have no track limit warnings on this. As we see, a lot of the grid has them, so he's just got to keep that up to be able to keep no penalties. And yeah, we'll see if he can catch up. That's going to be a very big advantage for him.
Yep, for sure. As we see Tin Man and Sean Boy still battling it out on track. Sean Boy was fighting up in the front, possibly had a moment. Unfortunately, as Razzle picks up another 3 seconds. Yeah, I should probably put something like 80 seconds or something like that.
And I do believe Speedy just picked up a 3 second as well.
Hmm. Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe he did not have his telemetry on or something like that. Something weird. Let's see. Car info. No. So why did I get any of his warnings? Maybe he picked up everything on this lap. Huh. That is interesting. Let's see here. BK making the move on Katya. M1K, will he be able to get that position? No. He's still behind, behind in P3. Good battle here from the Red Bull, the V-Carb, and the Alpine. Rainbow Demon, 3 second penalty. A lot of different battles here up on the track. Let's see, Ray Chu making a move on Mr. Bow for those French points. If they can, they're about 7 seconds behind. Entree, McRib, and the Rosboy's strategy, or Rainbow Demon strategy, hasn't worked out. Pitting under the VSC, they're far back right now with only 6 laps to go after this one. So that's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, it's always iffy to pit, or a question if you want to do it during a virtual, because I feel like they are quite quick in this game.
Yep.
So a little unfortunate with the pit strategy for him, but
Yeah, and Imola is a long pit lane. Like, the exit, like, from the last garage to the pit line, it's a very big, pit lane. So, yeah, the time loss is substantial. So, might as well go 2 seconds a lap slower for like 10 laps, and yeah, you'll still keep the position, I think. Not 2 seconds, but maybe like a second and change, and you'll still be faster. So see top three still going at it. ASAP Blocky still keeping that Alpine in bay at P4 for P4. Razzle having a good comeback after being dumped down at the bottom of the field, but he has a lot of time penalties, unfortunately, so he will drop multiple positions. Let's see. Not a lot of people in the DRS now, except for Speedy and ASAP in the top three, as M1K picks up another 3-second time penalty here. So he's got about 9 seconds now. BK is up to, he's only at 6. Katya has 4, 2 more, and this is, open for victory here between BK and Katya, but BK still has to gain that position over M1K. As M1K makes that move, takes the lead of the race up into P1. That overspeed that you get from the DRS is so huge. As M1K tries to block off Katya, and BK makes a fine move going around the outside and gets that move done. Let's see if he can hold off Katya. Now, oh, has a moment on the exit of Tosa, but is able to keep the car. Let's take a look at that very good replay there. Going into Variante Villeneuve. BK made the move, but he went wide, and Katya made the perfect switch back and got that position back into Tosa. Her racecraft is just so good. We've seen that all season long. Like, she might not be the fastest sometimes, but the consistency in the racecraft is just amazing.
Yeah, it's the consistency. I feel like that gets it from me.
Yeah.
Is just every lap after lap is a quick lap from Katya. Not many mistakes are made through there, so definitely hard driver to beat. Definitely a contention for P1 in most of these races now. As we see, Katya does go use the ERS and DRS to take P1 from M1K.
As BK locks up there going into Tamburella. If Mr. Bow gets a 3-second time penalty. Let's see here. Has Speedy been able to complete that move? He has. He's now up into P4 ahead of ASAP Logi. Razzle now losing a position to Sean Boy. And he was also able to make up a position in Tin Man. So that's pretty good. VSC pulling. As BK picks up at 3 seconds. So yeah, that's probably race over for the Red Bull there. The win is probably out of question now.
Yeah, with 3 laps left, it's just about keeping it on track, I feel like, at this point. Yep, 9 seconds. Yep, Katya's pretty much in that lead, unless they're able to gain in 2 laps 6 seconds, which just doesn't seem likely for Katya.
Yep, for sure. As we see Katya is still in that lead. BK now down by 2 seconds. Not sure if he made a mistake, but the top two are definitely flying. We'll go on board with Tin Man and Razzle here. Let's see if Razzle can make the position going into Tamburella now. Slots in behind Tin Man. Tin Man was definitely challenging a lot at the start of the season, but in the last few races, he's been, a distant. I want to say he's been in the distance. He's not really fighting those positions. As Rainbow Demon picks up another 3-second time penalty going through after Raleigh, lets the leaders through. As we got yellows in Sector 3. Raichu has left the session. No. Oh no, what happened? If you can invite Chu back, hopefully. We'll go on board with Katya here. Let's see if she can. Oh, sorry, if she can make a position for that lead of the race. 2 laps to go. Probably wise to let Katya through, maybe, and then he can pick up the win at least on track. Maybe going into the final lap. Katya slots in behind though. Maybe going to make him overtake for the last lap. let's see what the tire info looks like. BK's on 30s on the right, so a lot of wear on the right tires and the rears. Top two, I'm guessing, are still running really good. Yeah, Kachi is just managing their tires so well. So is M1K. M1K has slight damage on his left, but he's still performing a really good race. So yeah, 2 laps to go. We got Sean Boy now attacking ASAP Logi, trying to make a move going into Piratella down the inside, but goes wide, unable to get that move done. Razzle also under pressure or applying pressure to Tin Man Rowdy. Rob's Boy gets a 3-second time penalty. As we go into the final lap of the race, can Katya make that move for the lead? We got Katya is on the grass, and M1K shuts the door really well, and he's able to keep up the position, keep the lead of the race, at least win the race on track is what M1K is looking at right here. As BK slowly falling behind these guys, but he should have enough to still keep that podium position. He is, I think, just trying to get that car home at this point. Top two still fighting it out. Let's see if Sean Boy and ASAP Logi fighting it out, going through Tosa. ASAP Logi still able to hold on to that position. We got a battle here for P6 as well. Tin Man the Rowdy now catching back up to Speedy, and Razzle also is in the back. Let's go back up to the leaders as Katya has made the move for the win, but M1K going into Raja has more ERS, trying to make a move around the outside. Compromise line for Katya though. Defends well. M1K with that ERS, can he make the move for that victory on track? No, it is Katya who wins the race. M1K in P2. BK comes in home in P3. Can he keep that position? ASAP Logi and Sean Boy have overtaken Speedy Bullet for that P4 and P5 spot. P6 is Speedy Bullet. He'll probably get, yeah, he'll get P5. Tin Bandarowdy, P7. Razzle in 8. Gustavo coming home in P9. The Mercedes, double points. And we got Woodjay in P10. Sweens coming home in P11 with Paul and Hell with an unfortunate, double intermediates or whatever. P12, P13 for Chew, P14 for Mr. Bow, P15 for McRib. Entree actually gets P15. And that's your race, ladies and gentlemen. A pretty good fight till the end, but yeah. What do you think, Fragley? Did you enjoy that? I thought it was good.
I thought it was a fun race. I felt like there was quite a bit of groups that were just kind of fighting each other through the whole way. A lot of overtaking and definitely a clean race. I feel like from most of these drivers, so of contact, it was just tough for those track warnings. But I had a feeling those were going to be coming in once the track became dry.
Yep. Yeah, we got a good race. We got wet, intermediate conditions, dry conditions. We got everything. So yeah, it was really fun. Got a lot of track limits, but it is Katya who wins another race here in AM3 with M1K in P2, BK in P3, ASAP in 4, Speedy in 5, Sean Boy unlucky in P6, Tin Man 7, Razzle unlucky as well P8, Gustavo 9, finishing off in the points is with Jay Swedes 11, Paul and Hell 12, Chew 13th, Entree in 14, Mr. Bowen 15, McRib in 16, Rob's Boy in 17, Rainbow Demon in 18, and a crash for Rage, who was raging on track, is the only retirement. And I believe, let's just take this just for counting purposes, but I believe we've already exceeded. So, yep, let's see if we can get these guys in for some interviews. as we wait for our top three. We got, who do we got? We got BK, we got Katya, who usually never joins, so maybe it's probably gonna be BK and M1K. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen, trying to get everybody, or at least the podium, into the lobby or the VC right here. We got Katya, new race winner, another fantastic victory for the V carb, and we got M1K with the Alpine, usually pretty fast. Another podium for him, and then VK. So yeah, as we wait, I don't know if we're gonna get anybody. We're still waiting on here. What did you think about the strategies though? Like, did you think like a couple of guys probably screwed up by pitting early, especially for those dry tires right there? I think we
I,
saw Electric
I
Entree, a
think,
couple of others. Razzle benefited a lot, but not the others, I think, right?
yeah, I think most of the people who pitted early for the mediums, I thought um, they got pretty lucky and they improved quite a bit. Electric Conquer pitted during that safety car or that virtual, which put him back a little bit in places. But for like Sarazzle, that got him, I think it was to like P8 or whatever. So pretty smart because by the time they pitted for those mediums, I mean that track was dry. There was no more rain coming down, so I think it was a smart move.
Yep. Uh, yeah. Well, so we'll go on board with our interviews, or we'll get started with our interviews. We only got BK here, unfortunately, the top two not able to join, so we'll get started with you,
Only,
Mickey.
only BK.
We
Come
got
on.
the BK, okay? Are you happy now? Don't ban me. All right. All right. So, hey, congratulations on that podium. Tell us how that race went. A lot of different strategies, a lot of different conditions. So, how did it feel out there?
Yeah, it's a pretty fun race, honestly. I'm sweating right now. Those guys pretty quick, especially in the dry. I, looking at the weather when we got into qualifying, I was expecting mostly a wet race, so it dried up a lot sooner than I expected. And my setup was a little bit more. I changed it a little bit to favor the wet conditions a bit, and yeah, it was definitely showing in the wet, but as soon as we got on the dry compound, I was struggling a lot more. Just didn't have the straight line speed to keep up with it, the people in front. Even with DRS and overtake, I was barely even catching to make an overtake ahead. So basically, had to dive bomb them into the first chicane, and that was a little bit hairy a couple of times. But yeah, no, I was having a ton of fun in the wet. I honestly, it was like I was surprised I was doing so well because with no assist and especially in like those changing conditions, it's really tricky to even know where the breaking points are. Like they're always changing, so every breaking point was a guess for me. And I think I probably could have pushed a little bit harder looking back at it. Like I feel like I was quicker in the way. I just when there's someone in front of you, you have a little bit more confidence without the assist to break when you normally break and stuff like that. When you get out on your own and it's just an open track, it's a little bit I don't know, it's a little bit harder, weirdly enough. So when I was behind Katia, I was like, come on, like go a little quicker, please. But as soon as I got ahead, I didn't have the speed to or the confidence to really pull away. So yeah, it was fun, frustrating a bit being on the wrong setup towards the end, but it was still fun.
So, sorry, I don't know if I missed it, but were you on the dry setup or the wet setup? I'm guessing the wet.
Wet setup, yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because it looked like you were flying out there in the wet conditions, but in the dries, especially at with those I think like last 3 or 4 laps to go, you just dropped like a mountain there for the top two. So was that all due to the tires, do you think, or were you just backing off because you had so many penalties and you just didn't want any more and you knew you had a podium, or what was that? Like, what? I mean, I know there might be a little bit of drop off, but that seemed a bit excessive. So w was it you
Yeah.
just taking it easy?
So I don't know if you guys noticed when we first went into the race. Obviously, like I lowered my tire pressures in quality just to actually have them heat up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know who keeps reading up right away, but they smashed the ready button like so soon, and
Yeah.
I hadn't got my setup fully changed over from
Oh.
quality
Mm-hmm.
to set my tire pressures back up. So my rears were absolutely cooking towards the end of the couple stints. Like
Mm-hmm.
the track was drying and I was on the inters and I was in the lead when the same lap that DRS got disabled. But out of Aqua Minerale, my tires were so hot that I just like literally got a tank slapper 3 different directions within 3 seconds. So my tires were cooked at the end of both stints, and I had like I think triple the wear on the rear than I had on the front, so it was really tricky to drive at the end. I looked up and I was like, "Oh my God, Speedy's gonna pass me for the podium," but
Mm-hmm.
uh, unlucky for him, he made a mistake in the last lap, so it actually saved me a little bit. And yeah,
Yeah, I
like I
think you
said,
made a couple of mistakes, or I think Sean Boy and who was that? I think it was ASAP Loggy who overtook Speedy as well in the last lap. Unfortunate for him. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, basically for me, it was just setup issues all night. Like in the
yeah,
wet, flying really good, but as soon as it started to get
try.
dry,
Yeah,
my tires started cooking, and I didn't have the right tire pressures, and yeah, it was game over. But
yeah.
oh well.
Was it
I haven't.
mainly? Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I haven't missed the podium yet in Imola in cost, so I'll keep that streak alive. 4 races, two wins, two podiums to go with
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
not bad. That's not a bad record for sure. So yeah. I was just gonna ask, so was yours, if you had the tire pressure set correctly, do you think you would have had a better chance in the dry with the other stuff being the same, or was it
mm,
maybe a combination of the two?
I don't think I would have had the straight line speed still. I mean, like I I had a little bit of an advantage at the start.
Hmm.
I would have loved to not mess up right before I pitted and lose 2 positions right before going to the pits because we all pitted together. And
Hmm.
I think if I had clean air and full battery, I would have been flying out there. I might have been able to pull a little bit of gap. I don't know if you noticed those setting fastest laps as
Yeah,
soon as I
yeah.
got clean air, but when I was behind and just having to dump the ERS and just to keep up and stuff like that and slowing down in the corners because they had a different setup than me and I had to account for that and stuff. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it really kind of screwed me over. So tire pressures definitely hurt a bit towards the end of the stints. That's probably why I had so much drop off. But overall, just didn't have the
Hmm.
pace because of the wings.
Yep, makes sense. Yep. Well, at least it's a good podium, so
Yeah,
congratulations.
definitely. Yeah,
Fragley,
one
any?
1 hour of practice and the podium. I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure. Fragley, any questions for our lonely man on the interview booth from the podium tonight?
I would just say congrats on the podium. Great to see a P3 there. And I know we missed maybe a little bit on the stream, and I don't know. Was there ever any contact made between you and any of the top two at any point during the race? A little friendly bump here or there, or was it pretty clean through everybody?
It was pretty clean. I mean, it was close a couple times on the straight. I wasn't sure which way a couple of times they were defending, and that would have been a little embarrassing to do a George Russell in this track. But um, no, I think the closest moment I had was probably besides lap one, turn one, when Schurzal got a little bit sideways and I made like 3 positions in one corner. I think it was later on in like lap 24 or something like that in Villeneuve, and I was uh, M1K had gotten ahead of Katia, and they were trying to get back at him, and I thought I had an opportunity to try to go around the outside in Villeneuve, and then
Hmm.
overcooked it a little bit too much and went flying through the next part of the chicane. So Katia left me space to go by, and I let them go by the next turn just because I was like, yep, that's not how you overtake people. But yeah, no, other than that, it was a pretty clean race from everybody up front. They're so quick and they're really good for battling. So I had so much fun.
Good. Well, again, congrats on the race. It was a fun one to watch.
Dude, thank you. Yeah, glad I can got to talk to you last week when you got your podium, and now you get to talk to me. So it's good.
I know. Let's
Uh,
keep it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't leave me out of it. Like, okay.
Oh yeah, true.
Anyway, yeah, I think yeah, I think you had a conversation with both of us last week, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, but
definitely.
Potty was just saying if I've already gotten over the no Michael no moment from last week, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it. Congratulations on another podium of good race. Probably something what could have been if track limits or some setup things would have gone your way,
Oh
but
yeah. Track
Pete.
limits, man. Don't get me started.
Yeah, this as soon like I think me and Fragley were just talking on air. One as soon as it got dry,
Yeah.
everybody started to pick up those penalties. So yeah, I was like, man, I should have kept it like 80 seconds or something for the bet cost bet. So
It
yeah,
was insane. Yeah.
yeah.
Couldn't keep it on track. I mean, it's so sensitive here. It feels like you barely go off track and it, or not even off track sometimes, and it dings you. So, oh
Hmm.
well. I mean, should have known better.
Yeah. Anyway, well, still a P3. Congrats, and we'll talk to you hopefully again next week. Yep.
Sure. Sounds good. Thank you guys so much for the comms.
Yep, thank you. And GG's also to M1K and Katya. Fantastic race from them. Again, they battled it out right through the end there. And Katya did win it on track. Also would have won on track without the penalties, with the penalties and stuff. But it was still a pretty close battle between these top three. And a lot of battles throughout the field, different strategies. It was a fun one. Any final thoughts there, Fragley?
No, not too many. Just fun race. Excited to see next week. I think that will be a fun track for all of these drivers as well as we head into Las Vegas for the final race or the second to final race.
Yep. Any thoughts on tomorrow's race for yourself? Excited, nervous?
Definitely nervous. Just gonna be trying to keep it within the track most of it. So praying for no rain, but we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Well, with that said, I think we can wrap it up here in the booth tonight. Join us next week, same time at 9 p.m. Eastern for round number 11. Like Fragly mentioned, we are on the streets of Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's going to be like I said, our penultimate round before we head into Abu Dhabi for our season finale. So make sure to watch the last two races for AM3. Also check out AM2 and EU2 tomorrow. EU2 is at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK, and AM2 following that is at 2 a.m. UK, I think, and 9 p.m. Eastern. And then AM1 and EU1 at the same time on Thursday. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, from Fragley and myself, Red Devil, I'll see you all next week. Ciao.
See ya.
I'm gonna cock my nine. Mother. I'm gonna cock my nine. I'm gonna cock my nine. Mother. I'm gonna cock my nine. I'm gonna cock my nine. I'm gonna cock my nine. out there, check out this dope shit, man. Pay is coming down, we getting paid. Another day, another dollar living in the bay. Hustling for my fate